trouble on the tracks. Snow had already arrived earlier on the island of Sodor, and all the engines were trying to clear it all off for better or worse and for lost time. And they were trying to do the best they could to make everything secure and proper. One morning, the Fat Controller arrived at the sheds to see his engines as usual. He had bad news. "It has been raining last night," he said, "especially a few weeks ago," he said. "I'm afraid all of you are going to have to wear your snowplows. Keep on clearing the tracks and you'll never crash or have any dents all over your spare parts," he said, and he walked off to go back to his nice warm home. All the other engines all hated snow, especially Layla, who secretly didn't like snow plows. "Why do I have to wear a snow plow?" she moaned. This is too much, and it makes me feel uncomfortable." "I'm afraid you will have to wear a snow plow," said Nert. "I was like that too, until I got used to them." "Maybe they should remove you to another railway," teased Molly. "Then you'll feel most suited." But Layla was trying not to let Molly's words beat her up. Unfortunately, she remained uncomfortably reminded of her own thoughts with her incidents on the main line. After that, the other engines went off to do their own jobs. Layla, on the other hand, was ready. She had to be turned towards the turntable so that she could go backwards to the other line. I'm afraid it's still heavily snowing," said her driver. "That's why you still need a snowplow." "But still," said Layla, "I find snowplows uncomfortable." "I know," said her driver. "There's nothing we can do. I don't like this weather too, but we have to do what the Fat Controller says." Layla soon didn't take any notice. Her driver climbed aboard Layla, and Layla puffed away to get some jobs done. But when she arrived at Wellsworth Station with her last delivery of supplies, her driver spotted something that looked familiar to him. "That must be your snowplow," he said. "You're going to need it now that we're going to be clearing some tracks today." "Huh," said Layla crossly. "I don't even need this stupid thing. I'd rather have an avalanche than wear this," she moaned. Her driver soon ignored her. For the rest of the day, Layla still remained miserable after she had to clear up all the snow. And she kept on complaining. "Oh, this is ridiculous," she moaned. "Everybody has to do work," said her driver. "Now stop your complaining." Then Layla began to feel very stubborn. By the time she got back from the landslides to Wellsworth Station, Layla was so angry that she saw a set of buffers on a siding. Layla had decided the plan. Soon she moved off without her driver and fireman looking, and before she knew it, she squashed her snowplow between her and the buffers. Her snowplow was in pieces, and Layla was pleased. When her driver got back, he was very cross. "You silly engine," he said. "Now it will take a long time to fix your snowplow thanks to your childish arrogance, and now the Fat Controller is not going to be happy." Layla's face went red as her half livery and looked at her buffers. That night when he found out, he spoke severely to Layla. "I'm very disappointed with your behaviour today, Layla. You could have caused a serious accident." "I'm very sorry, sir," moaned Layla. "You are forgiven this time," he said, "but you should know better than to take your anger out on destroying things. But you will not let that happen again." "Yes, sir. No, sir," said Layla sadly. Good, said the Fat Controller, and he walked away to go home for supper. The next morning, the day had been better for Layla, and she puffed out of the shed, feeling excited. And it wasn't too long until the rain arrived to wash out the snow. Layla had just arrived at Walsworth Station for her passenger run. Layla was excited. "Get in quickly, please," she whistled. The people got in, and Layla was ready. She puffed away, feeling very excited. The snow was beginning to be washed away by the rain. "This is exciting," she said, as she raced through some snow drifts to get rid of the snow. This will give me a chance to stretch my wheels since I've been here for a long time now," she said. She went through the bumpy track and was destined to go up the hill, but unfortunately, Layla didn't know that she was going for trouble, and trouble she was heading for. Soon Layla was beginning to go faster. "Steady, girl," said her driver. "We're not winning a race, you know." Layla took no notice, but she was trying to listen. Suddenly she could feel herself slipping on the rails. She slid down the hill and splashed into a big puddle of rainwater. Her firebox soaked and she couldn't move. She tried to blow steam or call for help, but it was no good. The guards tried to calm the passengers down, but they were still fussing. The driver and firemen all tried to walk into the pond, but it was no good. Layla was upset, but she wasn't crying. Arrangements took time, and Layla was still waiting. At last she heard a familiar whistle. "Need any help?" said the voice. "Nert," said Layla, "you've come to rescue me." "I have," said Nert, and he carefully crept a few inches from a little bit of water from the flooded track. He was coupled to Layla, and with all his might, Nert pulled Layla out of the flooded track and got all of Layla's passengers to safety. Then they were ready to go to the next station. "Thank you, Nert," said Layla. "What would I have done without you?" "Well, at least we're not wearing snowplows for long," said Nert. "We don't really have to now, don't we? Since the snow is being done away by the rain today." "Well," chuckled Layla, "I could have hoped for worse." With that, the two smiled together, knowing how satisfied they were feeling and having together.